Hi, everybody. This is Jennifer with Gals, Ghosts and Ladies. I'm maybe a minute or two late, and I do apologize about that. I was getting ready to go online and doing my due diligence like I always do, and that is testing my equipment. And I got this pop-up that said your browser has lost connection to your mic. So, oh shit, I got 10 minutes to go. So I swapped mics out because I got a couple of different microphones, and the power to my computer completely went out. So everything else that's plugged in is working, but my computer is not. So certainly in the live stream studio on my computer, I had all kinds of graphics. I don't have them tonight. I'm going to have to wing it. And there was this new feature. I'm looking over here to the side. Bear with me because I'm doing this from a tablet tonight. Oh, my notes are there. So StreamYard has a new feature where I can put notes on the side, so I'm not constantly looking away at my notes. But that being said, I still do have some stuff written down because you know me, I love my colored paper and my colored pens. But I'm so bummed that I don't have some graphics to share with you, but I'm still going to talk anyways. And we do have Sybil, I think, joining us later. So we always look forward to talking with Sybil. And she's going to be coming with us in a couple weeks. I can't wait to tell you a little more about that. So bear with me if I'm a little off kilter because I didn't start smoothly like I'm used to. And please let me know if you can hear me. I'm going to jump over to comments. If there is anybody watching, please give me a hello. Let me know that you can hear me and see me. And again, I apologize. I'm coming at you from a tablet, my computer, my new computer that's not paid off yet. Just kind of crapped out on me. And I'm not happy about that because tomorrow night, Gals has a super, super exciting show coming up for you. And you do not want to miss that. So happy Halloween, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and get started with some stuff. And Sybil is in the green room now. Welcome, Sybil. I'll bring you on shortly. I want to blab about a few things. And as I said, Sybil, I apologize for having technical difficulties. My computer just stopped working. So I don't know what happened, but thank goodness I had a tablet and I seem to be up and running. Happy Halloween, everybody. I got my cat ears on, got my Halloween scene behind me. So it's a graveyard scene in a full moon. And I picked that because for tomorrow night's kind of more formal live stream, I have a really exciting topic and a really exciting guest. So let me jump over to my notes and do a little housekeeping type stuff. So as always, welcome to Gals, Ghosts and Ladies. We hope you'll have a conversation with us. Let us know if you can hear us and see us all right. I apologize again for running late, and this is not my usual setup. This is plan C because plan A was my computer. Plan B is my laptop, which still hasn't started yet. And plan C, in 30 seconds, boom, boom, getting it on the tablet. I consider myself lucky. I'll have to spend tomorrow working on this to get it going. But I do want to remind you that Gals is an 18 and over conversation. Sometimes we talk about disturbing things. And as I like to say, I do find it a little disturbing that we're not more disturbed by the disturbing content that we talk about. But that being said, it is adult content. Pour yourself a glass of wine, a cup of coffee, crack a cold beer. This is a 420 friendly space. Smoke them if you got them. I know I will. It's Halloween. And part of the reason why I'm doing this online Halloween party instead of being out doing an investigation on the spookiest night of the year is because I don't want to be on the roads. So if you're choosing not to be on the roads, join us tonight for our little Halloween party. And like I said, smoke them if you got them, drink them if you got them. The whole idea behind this is that we're not driving anywhere. I would love to be somewhere doing an investigation on Halloween, but yeah, safety first. I'm too old for that shit. Too old for an amateur night on the road, right? I also want to say that I am trying to improve how I use StreamYard. So I am looking off to the side at some notes. I do love this. They also have a teleprompter. You can't see it, but if I wanted to, I could have it scroll across the screen. So again, so I'm not constantly looking down at my papers. Let's see, what else I want to say? So 420 friendly space, adult conversation. We are trying to improve on StreamYard. Feel free to critique, but please be kind, because we are learning. We are learning. So also, the veil is very thin. I did set a place at my table tonight for some loved ones that are no longer with us. This kitty has, she's been around since probably 1958. Anyways, I'm gonna leave it at that. But I set this place at my table tonight for loved ones that aren't with me. The veil is very thin, and I'm hoping, that maybe we'll get messages from our loved ones. Anyways, also wanted to remind you that please do not miss tomorrow night's live stream. We're doing the Villisca Axe Murder House, and it's an incredible story. And we have a special guest, Courtney Buckley, who is Ghost Bait on Scared and Alone. If you haven't seen Scared and Alone, watch it. It's on YouTube. She goes into haunted locations alone as Ghost Bait. And then there's a panel. It's like StreamYard. There's other people on the screen, and there's a panel, talk her through it. But she's by herself. So she's certainly investigated many, many local places around here. But she's also been to the Villisca Axe Murder House. So when I had that as a subject, I asked her if she would be on, and she said yes. And she's really excited about it, and that makes me really excited about it. So I'm sure we'll be talking about more than just Villisca Axe Murder House, because again, she's local and she's investigated local places. So I think we'll have some stuff in common to talk about. And then next week, the 8th, I want to go to my mouse to my computer calendar, but I can't because my computer is not on. I think it's the 8th. It's going to be part 2 of Villisca Axe Murder House, because there's just so much information on this. So I decided to split it into 2 parts. Tomorrow night, we're going to tell you about the crime, and we're going to discuss hauntings and that kind of thing. And then part 2 is going to be more of a deep dive into the crime itself. If you want to know more about Villisca Axe Murder House or other unsolved mysteries in the United States, check out Kenneth Maines on YouTube. He's a cold case detective. He's a Marine. He was trained by the FBI. He's worked with Dr. Henry Lee and some other famous names in forensics. And he does some really, really deep dives into case files of unsolved. His program is called Unsolved No More. Pretty sure that's the name of it. Check him out. And I love his style. I love his research style. I've got some really good information from him. So I found, excuse me while I get my butt comfortable here. But I found some really crazy information on the crime itself and on the suspects. So we're going to do a whole episode on that the following week. So again, tune in tomorrow night with Courtney Buckley. You don't want to miss that. It's going to be a very fun show, and I look forward to it. And am I fangirling? Just a little bit, but that's okay. Let's see, checking out my my notes. So Sunday, November 23rd, we do hope that you'll join Sybil and myself at Hearts of Paul in Rockland from 10 a.m. to 4 a.m. See if I were on my computer. I had a graphic for this. Sorry, guys. I'll make sure to have it tomorrow night, because I'm going to quadruple a couple. You're going to hear that word again tomorrow night, but I'm going to couple test my equipment. But there's a fair of paranormal stuff in Rockland at Haunted Hearts of Hall on Sunday, November 23rd. And Sybil and myself have a table there. And Sybil will be doing meetings, and we'll be selling jewelry, and we have gift bags and wrapping paper for sale, horror-themed Christmas ornaments, maybe some glow-in-the-dark stuff, some inexpensive stocking stuffers. Bring your $1 bills. We're going to have chocolate-covered pretzels. Most items are going to be $5 and under. Hang on, I'm going to get something and show you what we're going to be selling. Again, I had a graphic on my other computer, but I've got Pink Gothic Tarot. So I've got some of these to sell, and I've got some other tarot cards to sell. I've got Hocus Pocus themed tarot cards. I have Alice in Wonderland tarot cards. I have bracelets. I have all kinds of stuff, necklaces, jewelry. It's going to be a lot of fun. And again, the stuff at our table is going to be really affordable. You know, gals, it's going to be pink. It's going to be fun. It's going to be spooky. And we'll talk to you about our adventures, and we'd love to hear about yours as well. So we do hope to see you there. And I'm going to plug that a little more over the next couple of weeks because we really want to see you there. This is the first time that Warner Paranormal has hosted this event. And I'm excited to be part of the inaugural kickoff, and I can guarantee you I'm already excited about doing it next year too. I love the idea of this falling between Halloween and Christmas, so you can still kind of go with the horror theme, but stocking stuffers, Christmas ornaments, you can bring the aspect to it as well, and I'm having fun with that. So also, I had something really fun to tell everybody. I've been thinking that as far as like paranormal investigations, there were a couple things I wanted to add to my toolkit to really kind of up my game. And that is a Polaroid camera and a thermal imaging camera. And I found out that my local library, Thomas Crane Public Library here in Quincy, loans out things. And some of the things that they loan out are just what I said, Polaroid camera and thermal imaging camera. So check your local library. There might be some cool stuff there besides just books, and books are cool stuff anyways, but check your library. There might be some really neat stuff there. So I can't wait to check some of this stuff out and use it. So let me come over here and check my notes and see what I've got next. So I'm gonna throw some Halloween trivia out there, and then I'm going to talk about growing up. I'm going to tell a couple stories about growing up Halloween as a kid, and then I'm going to bring Sybil on, and then we'll hear Sybil's got some stories about growing up Halloween. So I'm going to talk first about Halloweens in Bristol, Connecticut. So I grew up in Bristol, Connecticut in the 1970s in a subdivision called Sherman Park. And there were no through streets, so the houses were close together. Everybody had kids my age and my brother's age. My brother's 2 years younger than me. And we lived in the best trick-or-treat neighborhood in the country. And geez, I don't see Michelle Mitchell online, which is a bummer because Michelle Mitchell could back me up. My cousin Michelle lived on Farmington Avenue, and she used to come to our house. But anyways, I asked a couple of my Bristol friends if they had any trick-or-treat stories, and it's funny. There were two themes that popped up, and I experienced both as well. And those two themes were, one was, we carried pillowcases to get candy. That's how much candy we would get. And then we would go home and dump the pillowcases out and go back out and get more candy. So it wasn't just that little jack-o'-lantern or the cauldron. We had pillowcases of candy. And that was, Jim Smith brought that up, and I thought of that. And my brother will tell you the same thing. And everybody will tell you the same thing in trick-or-treating in Sherman Park. And the other thing that came up, I was going to tell a story that every year at Halloween I bring up. My friend Carrie J, we grew up in the neighborhood. Our backyards abutted each other. And her dad, Mr. Simneski, both of her parents, hearts. I'm making hearts for Mr. and Mrs. Simneski. And I know Mrs. Simneski's passed away. Rest in peace. I think Mr. Simneski is still with us. So if he is, I'm sending my love. But there was that year that my dad and Mr. Simneski, who had been known in the neighborhood for getting up into shenanigans and stuff and pool parties, and I could go on and on. But they took us trick-or-treating one year, and they held glasses out. We held our pillowcases out for candy. And Dad and Mr. Simneski, excuse me, again, I'm out of sorts tonight because my studio, I'm on plan C. Well, anyways, at least I had a plan C. But anyways, Dad and Mr. Simneski got pretty well shit-faced while trick-or-treating. And Stacy Norton, who was Stacy Carlson back then, over on Kozani Street, I was on Paul Street, Stacy on Kozani Street told a story on Facebook about her dad and some of the other dads in her neighborhood going door to door with shot glasses, and they were like only like a street and a half over from us. So I think there was some common themes in my neighborhood. Lots of kids, lots of trick-or-treating, and dads taking us trick-or-treating and drinking. It was a lot of fun. Also back in the 70s, like there was always that scare, watch out for razor blades and apples. Well, nobody was giving us apples at trick-or-treat, and I don't think people give apples out now. But watch out for razor blades and apples, and watch out for people putting pills in peanut butter cups and shit like that. That was an urban, I would have to say an urban, it's urban legend. There were no incidences of needles and candy bars or razor blades and apples. It was all myth and legend until, I don't know, recently, last 20 or 30 years. So there was always like talk about it, but it never really happened until recently. So I thought that was interesting. It did not happen to us. And then I just got to say, who are these friggin' weirdos who are slipping marijuana edibles into kids' candy? Don't waste good edibles and give it to kids. That's just plain stupid and irresponsible, and you got to stop that shit. That's bad news. Anyways, so, and then I'm going to tell one more Halloween story about growing up, and then I'm going to bring Sybil on. And Sybil, I want you to tell us some stories about you growing up, your Halloweens growing up. But so through the years, we always dressed up. We always celebrated Halloweens. And back when I was a kid, I've said this to you before, growing up in Bristol, there was a lot of drinking, a lot of pot smoking, a lot of partying. I won't deny it, but it was fun. We had a freaking blast. We had a lot of fun. Anyways, it was Halloween 1981. And how do I know it was 1981? Because the drinking age in Connecticut at that time was 18, and we were just underage that year. Just underage. So we were 17. So we were in high school. We're probably juniors in high school, for Christ's sake. But anyways, we wanted to get booze. We had skipped school. We had dressed up. It was me, Sheila, Inga / Midge. She knows who she is. Dave and Maureen. I'm not going to give last names on this one, but we wanted some alcohol. And Dave, who was 17, was a tall drink of water. And this was 1981, so this was before the movie Scream, but he had some kind of ghost mask on and a black robe, and he was like tall, like 6 feet at that time. And he walked into the package store at 17 years old with a mask on his face. And he bought alcohol, and we were stunned when he came out that they actually sold it to him with a mask on without asking him for ID, asking him to take his mask off or anything. And it was like that Christmas tree commercial, start the car. And we got the hell out of there and went back and drank and had a mighty good time, I'm sure. So I still remember that Halloween party. But that was a lot of fun. Yeah. So anyways, so those are just a couple of Halloween stories that I have growing up. And I'm going to let Sybil in from the green room. And again, Sybil, I'm so sorry about any technical difficulties, but why don't you come on and say hello, add to stage.
Hello, everyone. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. How are you?
Good. Hopefully it'll be good on my end this time too.
Good point, Sybil. It seems like the last couple of times that we tried to talk, one or the other of us have had trouble. I originally thought I thought I might have internet connection issues. I don't know about you, but we got like a steady 50-mile-an-hour wind going right now. But that wasn't, and there you go, you're cutting out. That was not an internet issue. My computer has completely lost power and I can't turn it on. So I don't know what the hell is going on. So I got to work on that because I need it in good shape for tomorrow night's show with Courtney Buckley.
Yeah, so, right.
Yeah. So anyway, so welcome, Sybil. Yay, Sybil. I'm so glad you're here.
Glad to be
Welcome,
here.
and tell us whatever you want to tell us about yourself, Halloween, anything. The floor is yours. Go ahead.
All right. So I got a bunch of stories, but one of them that, well, one of the big ones that always stood out was, we have a big family. So we all dressed as the Wizard of Oz one year. And we had, like, my father was the lion, my mom was the Wicked Witch, my two brothers was the Scarecrow and the Tin Man. I was Dorothy. And then my youngest brother was the Munchkin. And I didn't have my other two siblings yet, but we went to all these parties and we won every single prize.
Oh, yay. How exciting. How
It was
cool.
really cool how my parents like made all the costumes. It was really fun. And because that's, like I said, my favorite movie growing up with my dad. So it was just something that was really cool. It seems like we always did everything. Even when it wasn't Halloween, we were building haunted houses. We were doing like all these kinds of stuff. So one year we did a haunted house. Go ahead.
I was going to say, Sybil, did I see recently online that you actually come from a long line of psychic mediums?
Yeah.
So not just your dad's side of the family, your mother, not so much, but you come from third generation. How many generation?
13 that has
13.
on, 13 on just on my mother's side. Never mind my father's side. Because my grandfather, he was big. My mother's, she's more into, she's more religious. So she didn't do the things that I do, right? And her father, which she didn't tell me till way later on, that she said, I'm all into witchy stuff and I can't be doing that. It's against God. And I'm like, it's connected to the whole, the same thing. So she told me that.
Some people feel that way. Yeah.
Yeah. But my grandfather was big on, he put all the kids in the living room and he'd have them lay down and send healing energy to people in the family and friends. And he did a lot of cool, like, different things. He was very, very psychic in that sense, and then it goes way back, just going into my other ancestral lines. There's a lot of other people that had that just on that side. So one of the things we did, we built like we have 24 acres where we live. So we built a big haunted walkthrough in the woods. And this is kind of like a funny, but like kind of a crazy story. So my great grandmother was alive at the time. And we're like, all right, so something happened where she was like looking, I'm hiding, other people are hiding around. We have set it up so cool. And I'm waiting there forever. And I'm like, how come nobody's walked by me yet? And come to find out, they're all at the fire pit now having hot chocolate. And I'm like, what the heck happened? And they're like, oh, my cousin Steven, they were all dressed up as like dummies and stuff like that. Well, my nanny, she goes and she's like, wow, these look so real. And he scared her and she fell. My God.
Oh no.
Everybody come out of the woods, So she was fine. She just, like, I think jumped back and probably tripped on something, but she was fine. There was like so many just crazy things like that. But then getting older, one of the crazy things we did was, it wasn't even Halloween. I don't even know. I think it was summer out. Me and my friends and brothers and stuff, we put on masks for no reason, right? Went to KFC, decided to walk into KFC with these masks on and order food. So nobody was smiling. Nobody was happy that we were there. We didn't cause any trouble. But my brother had this, he put like his sweatshirt up and then he had the hood on. So then he had this skull. So he couldn't see anything. So now there's people there in line and he's like feeling around for people. He puts his hand on somebody's shoulder that was standing in line. No. And I grabbed my brother and I'm like, this way, hi Lisa. And we just ended up getting our food, going back outside, and we're like, wow, I can't even believe like we did that. They didn't call on us, they served us food. It was so like I would never do that today.
I don't. Well, that's like my friend that walked into the package store with the mask
Yeah,
on. You couldn't do that today. No, they
right.
think you were trying to rob the place or something. I don't know. Altogether different. So,
Yep.
oh, that's cool. It sounds like you've had a lot of fun throughout the years and for Halloween, and I did too. It was always just
Yeah.
some really cool stuff, and not just the trick or treat aspect of it, but like the spiritual stuff, the scary stuff. Sounds like very interesting
Yeah.
that you come from a long line of that. I'm going to ask you a question. Did you say before that your family comes from Scotland?
No. Nope.
No, who was I? Who was
England.
it? Okay. No, I was talking to somebody recently whose family was from Glasgow, and my grandmother was from Glasgow, and I don't know.
No,
I don't know. Just
okay, no. No, that'd be cool. I'd always want to. I want to go there to see the castles.
Oh,
Uh,
absolutely. We'll put that on our bucket list. Listen, Sybil,
yeah.
Sybil, when we have a TV show, you and I,
Mm-hmm.
when we have a TV show,
We're
we'll go
going.
there. Okay.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. All right. There you
Absolutely.
go. Deal. Deal. Okay. All right.
Deal.
Sounds good to me. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we're going places. We're going places.
Oh yeah.
Um, yeah, so I'm very excited about everything. Let's see. Let me pop over to my notes again. Like I said earlier, StreamYard has a new feature where I can put my notes right here, so not everything is like all on
Cool.
paper.
Yeah.
But I still love my paper and my purple
Mm.
pens. But let's see if there was anything.
I like to write things
Oh,
down myself too, because when I channel stuff, I like to remember what's coming through, because a lot comes through a lot,
mm,
So I
yes.
like to write it, and then I'm like, oh well, now I don't want to sit there and read it in front of the screen, and so, but I just,
Well,
you know,
this is great. I've got just a whole list of bullet points right in the software. So I'm looking at it. I'm sure you can see me looking to the side, but it's very different from this. Oh, let me
yeah,
look at this. So I feel as I watch my past live streams, I'm trying to improve my future ones. And that's something I
yeah,
noticed. I like that I was looking down. I'm also trying to improve and eliminate my use of and so,
I'm
but I'm
I'm big
working
on
on it. I'm
that.
working on it.
Yep,
So
I've
yeah.
noticed
Oh,
I do
see, there
that a
you
lot
go.
too.
So
Yep, and
yeah.
I'm like,
Oh,
oh, I can't, I don't know how to say, or not say.
I
Right?
guess it's speaking, public speaking, or this kind of speaking is always a work in progress. I consider myself
Mhm.
very lucky, and you do very well too. I consider myself very lucky that I can do this. Stick a camera in my face, I will talk.
Yep,
And I love being live and making sure that there's no silences. And
right.
as a kid growing up, I wanted to be like a journalist. So I like the research aspect and then
Yeah,
presenting, so. But
exactly.
Sybil, I wanted to ask you, and I hadn't planned on doing this, but since I had brought an extra seat at my table tonight,
Yeah.
I wonder I wonder if you could take a look and pick up on anything on this well-worn kitty.
This little
And
kitty.
if you want to think about it, I can talk about some other things while you're looking at it. Um,
Is this a boy's stuffed animal?
was this a yes and no?
Okay.
It was do you want me to elaborate?
Sure.
It was given by a male to a
Okay.
female.
All
Okay.
right. Okay, because I feel like like a male energy behind it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Um,
mm-hmm.
now I'm wondering, is this your mother's? Not
No,
your mother's?
no,
Hmm.
no.
Because I
Well,
feel
and
like
again, I know I'm. Go ahead.
because I feel like you said it was old, right? Did you say it was
It
old?
is old.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. I can,
I can
very
kind
well worn kitty.
of, I'm trying to see, I'm getting like, I'm seeing jewelry. Woman, did this woman get older and wear a lot of jewelry?
Costume jewelry, like at like holidays, kind of like, I don't know, I could
Mhm.
imagine, well, not imagine, but like Christmas earrings and necklaces, not expensive jewelry and
Yeah.
not jewelry on a day to day. But if she were going to wear her pretty red Christmas sweater and her
Mhm.
Christmas apron, they would be earrings and a necklace and that kind of thing for
Yeah,
sure.
I feel like
Yeah.
even, yeah, it doesn't have to be expensive. It's just something that's very important to her. She loved to
Like
wear it and
a
really show
Christmas
that off.
brooch, or yeah, something
Yeah.
bright and colorful. Yes, yes, yeah.
And did this
So,
woman have two kids?
oh, at least,
At least, okay. I'm
yeah,
seeing like two
yes.
children, two younger children. Did she pass it down to maybe a couple of them? I'm wondering why I'm only seeing two children then.
I'm not sure who had it before I ended up with it. It was always meant to be with me, and we'll get to that. It was always meant to be mine.
Yeah.
Um, but I only recently got it in my possession 10 years ago.
Yep.
So
Mm,
I don't know why. Maybe two, because an aunt and a cousin, maybe before it came to me. Although
okay.
again, it was always meant to be mine. Yeah, everybody knew this was meant to be mine.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Aw.
So, well,
Hmm.
like I said, I didn't mean to put you on the spot. It just I'm
No, that's all
setting
right.
the
Yeah,
seat, and thinking about people who have passed,
yeah,
because the veil is very thin tonight. And I feel like people are with me
yeah.
always.
I
I
think what's
always feel
coming
certain.
through more is her personality. Like I feel like she's had a connection to did she live like near the water and then I'm seeing like bubbles. So I don't know if there's some sort of uh sometimes they'll share like the most randomest things that maybe only you would know, right? So
The water connection. It's Halloween, folks. I'm partying and I'm not driving. Um, she loved the ocean. Loved
okay.
the ocean. Yeah.
Yep.
She didn't live near there, and I think she certainly would have. She certainly would love my house
Good.
because I live on water. Yeah.
Ah. Hmm. Oh, I'm wondering. Uh, the name Mary comes forward.
And it should. That is not her name, but there is a Mary connection.
Okay.
Um, oh, look, Lisa's haunted bucket list is a haunted castle, and hi, Kerry, for just joining us
Oh,
back from trick or
cool.
treating. So I'm so glad people are joining us tonight. Thank you so much. And I'm on not my usual computer, so I'm sorry if I'm toggling back and forth between notes and and kind of juggling everything. So I'm sorry about that. So anyway, sorry, Sybil, go ahead. I was
No
just saying
problem.
hello to all our viewers.
Oh, good. Okay, now I can see comments.
Oh, good. Okay.
So hi,
Previously possessed
previously
furniture. That's great.
possessed, Michelle. Cool. You were able to
Oh,
go trick or treating. It wasn't raining.
Michelle, is
Um,
that Michelle Mitchell? Is she on there? Michelle
yep.
Mitchell. So, all right, Michelle. So I gotta say, we were talking. I'm gonna switch
Mhm.
gears here, Sybil, if that's all right with
Okay.
you, and kind of talk about. So, all
Yep.
right, I'll do this while I'm talking. There we go. So I'm gonna address Michelle, and pardon me, Sybil. Thank you. So,
No
Michelle,
problem.
I was talking earlier about trick or treating in Sherman Park. Um, and and Lisa, I also wonder if you have any stories to tell about trick or treating in Bristol. But Michelle, was Sherman Park the best place to trick or treat? And I, I remember, and back me up, Michelle, pillowcases filled with candy, and coming home and dumping them and going back out and getting other pillowcases with candy. I was hoping that Michelle could have shared some Halloween pictures from us growing up, but it's just as well that she didn't, because my computer crapped out and they would be on my computer. I know I had on that computer a picture of me and Michelle. I'm 2 years older than Michelle. And I was dressed as a witch and Michelle was still in diapers, and oh my God. But anyways, we went on to do trick-or-treating for how many years, Michelle? Probably till, I don't know, I guess 12 or 13. And I guess you kind of grow out of it. And that by the time there's girl boy parties, you kind of grow out of trick-or-treating, I guess. But anyways, I just wanted to jump back on, because if I live to be 120, I will forever remember Halloweens with my cousin Rochelle, who was also my very first best friend. So I just got to say that. So happy Halloween, Rochelle. We will always have Halloween. And of course, we'll always have Thanksgiving and Christmas and birthdays and getting our ears pierced together and so many other things, and all the music that we love and all that kind of stuff. But Rochelle, my first best friend, and we're best friends till the end. I love you, my cousin. So on that note, I'm going to bring Sybil back to the screen. Thank you, Sybil, for letting me shout out to my cousin Rochelle, who also, one more shout out to Michelle. I wouldn't be live streaming at all if it weren't for Michelle, because this started, Michelle asked me to do a live stream about my Uncle Tom, her dad. And I did, and it was the first live stream I did, and I caught the bug. I was hooked instantly the first night I did it. And
Awesome.
so I am, every night I live stream, I do it because of Michelle. Because of Michelle. So thank you, Michelle. I love you.
Awesome.
All right.
It's so important to have support from people, you know, that push you to do things that you're really good at.
Oh, absolutely. Completely encourage me. And also my Aunt Mary. Hey, and also my Aunt Mary.
Yeah.
Yeah, also my Aunt Mary, who really, really encouraged me. Aunt Mary is also one of my best friends too. Aunt Mary's just 4 years older than me. So we're very close in age, and she's my aunt. But so I lived with Aunt Mary for a while in high school, and she was in college and I was in high school, and we used to sit at our kitchen table together and do our homework together. So that was really cool. But I easily would have dropped out of school and gone to work full time if Aunt Mary didn't encourage me to stay in high school. I mean, I was getting good grades, but I really wanted to go to work and go out on my own. And she encouraged me, and she always encouraged me to be like a journalist or you know, that kind of thing. So that she really sparked my love of research. So thank you, Aunt Mary. So yes, there's the name Mary. So yeah, that was a tangent. Well, you know, hey, you know,
when you were talking again about trick-or-treating, that reminded me of a story. My cousin, which is my her son is my godson, there, so we go trick-or-treating, you know, together. So anyway, she's 10 years younger than me, so at that time she didn't have anybody to go with when she was trick-or-treating. So I was like, well, I'll go with you. I'll just put on a mask and nobody's going to know like how old I am. Right. And this, I must have been, I'm guessing maybe in my 20s or something. I'm not sure. Let me see. She's a lot taller than me. So it was funny. So we go to this one house and we did this for a few years. So we went to this one house. This old man opens up and he looks at her, and she had like just a witch costume on. I had a mask, and it's not like I looked like really much older. It's just he goes, "Wow, you're a big one." because a lot of like the younger kids probably. So that was the last time we ever went trick or treating together. She's like, "Oh my god, I guess I'm too big to go trick or treating." I'm like, "Oh," but yeah, we used to
Last
go
time
around
you went,
with the pillowcases and masks,
mhm,
extra
mhm.
masks. So we'd go around the houses, we'd change our masks, go around the
Change
house
them.
again, and change them again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was a lot of fun.
What's your favorite candy? Your favorite Halloween candy?
Ooh, what's coming to mind is Reese's.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a
Yeah.
doubt. I already broke into a bag earlier this afternoon. Um,
Yeah.
and I got a couple more for after the show when I have the munchie.
Nice.
So yeah, well, like I said, this is informal. Smoke 'em if you got them. I'm not driving. That's the
Mhm.
important thing. Um,
But I am more
um,
into like the Smarties. Actually, I'd always love the Snickers too.
I
Snickers
like
with
Snickers.
Smarties. I probably
Yeah,
like
yeah.
those
I
more
love
than the
Sprite.
Reese's at the time.
I like Mike and Ike's and Twizzlers. I love Twizzlers.
Mhm.
I found it's not a good thing. I I found these great candies on Amazon, and I've been
Mhm.
buying them. Watermelon, Twizzler, pull, and peels, and they're addictive. So
Ah,
watch out. And they're not
yeah,
cheap. You got to buy them in bulk. They're really expensive, and I buy them and I eat them, and I'm ashamed to admit it. Um,
yeah.
so they're really, really good. Really, in fact, they're
Oh,
so
that
good.
sounds
We
good.
bought them to give out to the trick or treaters at work. No trick or treaters at our house tonight. Our dog would go crazy. It's funny.
Yeah.
I compiled some Halloween trivia for tonight's show, which certainly
Ooh.
not Mark Ramponi.
Mark.
Welcome to the show, my good friend Mark. Yeah, Reese's caramel. I have tried those, and they are dangerous. Peanut butter, caramel, chocolate. Oh my God, dying, go to
Mhm.
heaven, right?
All right.
Um, but I was gonna look. I don't even know what I was gonna say about the. Oh, what I was gonna
Trivia.
say about the trivia. Just
Hmm.
totally random shit, right? But one of the things that I found is 1 in 5 adults pretends not to be home on Halloween. And tonight, I am, I'm a statistic tonight. I am 1 in 5 adults pretending not to be home
That's two for
because
me. I'm home.
you two, you're pretending not to be home
Oh no, I'm not
because,
pretending not to be,
well,
but
no, we're pretending not to be because if people thought we were home and trick-or-treaters knocked on our door, we have a black lab. He would
oh,
go
I see what you're
berserk.
saying.
So
Okay.
all my studio is in a dormer in the
Oh,
back of the
yeah. So
house.
that's what
It's
you mean
little
about
notes.
pretending not being home.
But so on Halloween, 1 in 5 adults pretends not to be home, and that's us. I'm like that, 4 out of 5 dentists recommend, I am a statistic tonight.
That
Um,
is funny.
so yeah. So, anyways, let me run through some of this. If you don't mind, I'm going to run through some of this trivia. I see it's about 10 of 8, and my
Mhm.
battery is slowly wearing down. So I'm going to throw some Halloween trivia out, and I also want to say thank you to Sybil and thank you to everybody for joining. Dixie is handing out candy. So Sybil, Mark's comment about Dixie is outside handing out candy. Dixie is a great Pyrenees, and
Ah,
she's one of the top 3 best dogs in the world. And Mark knows that I love Mark, and if something ever happened to him, Dixie would come live with me. I've told him that 100
mhm.
times, and I mean it. Dixie is a very wise. She's just one of those dogs, Sybil. Everybody has the
Yeah.
best dog in the world, but Dixie is a very wise dog,
You'll have
and
to show me a
she's really
picture.
special. Oh, I will, absolutely. And you can see it in her face. Gee, Mark, if you're able to post a picture here, post a picture of Dixie here because everybody loves Dixie. Um, so yeah, that's almost a loaded statement. I got to be careful how I say that. But anyways, let's see. Let me tell a couple of other random Halloween trivia things. Jack-o'-lanterns, Irish tradition, came over from Ireland, but originally people used to carve turnips. And I'm so bummed I don't have my computer, because I did have a picture of that, and talk about creepy. A carved
Yeah,
turnip
right.
is creepy. Um, here's a funny factoid, funny Halloween factoid. Silly string is banned in Hollywood
Oh,
on Halloween. Only on Halloween, but it's banned, and that's funny. I saw something online today, and it was a video about, or a cartoon about, a dad Christmas shopping, and he finds silly string, going, "Oh, Junior will love this in his stocking." So dad buys it and puts it in his stocking, and on Christmas Day, the kid says, "Dad, can I play with my silly string?" "Absolutely not. It makes a mess." Uh,
yeah.
right? You know those types of gifts. Um,
Mhm.
let's see, what else? The pumpkin. Here's something interesting. Did you know that the pumpkin is a flower? It's the pumpkin
Uh-huh.
is what's called a simple flower. Anything, any fruit that is bore from a plant with a single flower is technically a fruit. So I'm not sure
Really
what that
cool.
means, a single flower. I'd have to do a little more deep dive, but I thought that was interesting that the pumpkin is a flower. I never knew. Um,
Yeah, right.
yeah, or fruit. I beg your pardon, a fruit. It's a fruit. Um, like tomatoes. Like, you always heard a tomato is a fruit. Well, why? I don't know. But a pumpkin is a fruit too. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. It's a simple fruit. Anything from a single flower is called a simple fruit. There we go. That
Ah,
makes
that's
more
right.
sense.
Yeah.
There we go. Um, oh, here's another one. So I got this full moon behind me on my thing, and I saw your comment. Thank you. I love this background too, and I just thought it
Mhm.
was perfect for Halloween. Um, and it's definitely not a full moon tonight, but if anybody remembers, the last full moon was a super moon, and it was amazing. And on my Facebook page, I got it's almost as bright as the sun. It's so crazy. But interesting tidbit: there will not be a full moon on Halloween again. I don't know when the last one was, but there won't be one until 2039. So
Wow.
14 years, it'll be 14 years before there's a full moon on Halloween again.
Hmm.
Um, yeah. Let's see. I think this one's kind of a no-brainer. Halloween is the second largest holiday, United States holiday after Christmas. It's funny, I never really considered Halloween a holiday because you didn't get it off from school.
Yeah.
I guess that's what I was
Never
basing it on. But it's
did.
the second largest. People spend the second largest amount of money on it. And I know when my kids were younger, I have two boys, and when they were younger, we had epic epic
Yeah.
Halloween parties. And they were small. It was me and my husband and the two boys, William, who loves Halloween, his wife, Kathy, William, and my husband's sister, Rainey, and her daughter, Laura. So there were like 8 of us, and maybe 1 or 2 other people throughout the years. But every year, the 8 of us would dress up, and we would make games,
Uh-huh.
and one year I did like the food, and everybody had to close their eyes, and they were handling cold spaghetti, and I was telling them it was a body part, and
That's what
peeled
I
grapes
did.
fried.
Yeah. Those are the
And
best
it
ones.
was and then one year I took all Halloween pictures from all our previous parties and made a video, made a story, a
So
haunted
cool.
story with us. And different years characters were different characters in the story. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
anyway, yeah, it was really fun, and we looked forward to this stuff every year, and so much so that the house just would never get back to normal until, I don't know, Christmas, and then by that time you're decorating for Christmas, which meant
Yeah.
from October to March the house was never normal, because it takes months to recover from Christmas too. You know that. You know
Yeah.
that. You
I
can put
think
everything
I
away.
think Halloween is so popular. I mean, they're bringing it up in July, so, Summerween. That I
Mhm,
think it's I think
mhm.
it's so much more popular than Christmas, but Christmas probably tops it only because the spending wise, because people are buying gifts,
Yeah.
you know,
Good
because
point.
people don't really buy gifts really. They're just buying like decorations and stuff like that. So if we would do like, I mean, even having a
Mhm.
Halloween party, I don't think I ever gave out Like, here's a Halloween gift, unless it was like a cool animatronic or something. You know what
Right.
I mean?
Right. I do. Yeah, I know exactly
Yeah.
what you mean. You're right about that. I know we certainly did spend plenty of money on Halloween, and
Yeah.
and you know how it is. It's like you talked about, like when your family, when you were growing up. I'm just taking a peek at my battery. So far, so good.
Hmm.
But when the whole family gets into it, and of course, I don't know about you, but with me, I'm really big on the anticipation, the
Yeah.
prep work, the building of the costume, the idea, I love the build up to it and the anticipation of it, and then when you factor the whole family, well, let's do a theme this year, and so I really love that stuff. And I think that, like Christmas, it does bring
Mhm.
families together. Like you talk about stories with you, I talk about trick or treating with my cousin
Yeah.
Michelle, and my brother, and my cousin Michael, Michelle's brother. It was always the four of us.
Yeah.
Um, so let's see. Let me see if I have a couple more. Any more trivia? Well, I got one more trivia thing. This was weird. I thought this was really weird. Um, in the original movie Halloween from what was that, from 1981? Anybody know? I'm taking a guess at that.
Hmm.
1980. I don't think it was quite the 70s. It was the original one with Jamie Lee Curtis, the
Yeah.
really, really scary one. The mask that Michael Myers wore, it was, drum roll please, wait for it. Oh, wait, watch what I can do. Let's see. Let me see if I can do this. Let me see. I'll be very proud if I can. Let's see. Nope.
Didn't
Oh,
work.
wait. Is a really cheap William Shatner mask. Who knew? Who
Really?
knew? Yes, I couldn't believe it. I actually think it's turned inside out too,
Oh, no kidding.
but it's a cheap, yeah, so it wasn't even a Hollywood mask. And hey, love that drum roll. I got to remember where that is next
Yeah,
time.
right.
I'm really
Oh my
getting
God.
really getting
You
pro at
see
this
those
shit, aren't I?
do you see those old pictures of how they made their masks and stuff back then? They were scarier than any of what's out there now, you know?
Oh, they sure were. I just gotta, yeah, that chat. Yeah, that chat. Yep. Um, he's everywhere, but yeah, masks really were scary back then. Even, oh my God, Sybil, the place, and I don't want to disclose it because I always promise never to disclose that place that we were last week, and I want to keep going there, so I will not disclose the name of it.
Yeah.
But remember the mask on the bed that had the dolls, and there's a mask with the teeth. That was some
That
crazy,
was really weird. Yep. I was like, I
creepy,
don't know
creepy.
where this thing came from or what it is, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I started going through our footage from that from last week, and I think we've got some cool stuff. So,
Cool.
um, yeah. Oh, and also Middleborough Town Hall. Oh my goodness. The
That is
the
so
first
cool.
night, the first night that I was there, when I was a volunteer, the first night. You came the second night, right? You
Yeah.
you went Saturday night. So Friday night I was a volunteer, and this lovely, lovely family. It was this mother, Ashley, and her kids, Riley and Cameron, and they called him Cam. I was calling him Cameron, and then they called him Cam, and I started calling him Cam. But so it was the mother, and the kids were in their late teens. Super, super nice people. And as a helper, I led an investigation with them. So I took them downstairs into one of the jail cells, the open jail cell that you could get
Hmm.
into. I took them down there, and we did an Estes method with Riley, the daughter. And oh, we got some interesting responses when we started asking about female prisoners. She was hearing screaming and whatnot. But eventually we switched off, and Cam sat in there, and we closed the door, and he had the Estes method. He had the headphones on. And we were outside the jail cell. So anybody who doesn't know, the Estes method is when somebody's listening to a spirit box, something that sweeps radio frequencies, they can't hear you, and you ask questions, and hopefully the theory is that the spirits will speak to them and they say what they hear. Hopefully you'll get an intelligent back and forth. Yeah. So we were asking Cam some questions, and the family was asking Cam some questions. Can you tell Cameron what your name is? And that kind of thing. And then I said, there's a new prisoner in the jail cell. Can you tell us what his name is? Wow. I'm going to have to send it to you tomorrow because you can hear it. It's a whisper, but it's just as clear as anything. It is probably my first class A EEP, and I'm very proud of it. Very, very proud of it. So it was just really exciting, and there was no denying what it says. No denying. Yeah. And I didn't ask, what was that? It was like, when I heard it, I was like, whoa. It was one of those kinds of really exciting.
That was a really cool place. That I got my hair pulled. A lot of stuff in that back. I'm gonna call it the alleyway, but it's not an alleyway. The backstage. Some really cool stuff.
Backstage. Very creepy. Very creepy. Yeah. So, well, Sybil, you know us. Look at us, and just like that, practically an hour has gone by. So if there's anything else that you wanted to say, I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. Okay. But I've had a really fun time having this very informal chat with you on Halloween night, and everybody who joined us. So go ahead. Did you want to say anything in closing before I wrap up?
No, that's all right. You go for it.
Okay. All right. Well, Sybil, thank you so much for being here, and I look forward to more, and definitely tune in tomorrow night. So I'm going to take over the screen, and I just want to do a little kind of housekeeping. I want to say a few more things.
Thank you for having me. But again, bye, everyone.
Sybil, thank you, and I look forward to hearing your comments tomorrow night. And yeah, Carrie, Middleborough Town Hall was a blast. So, and thank you, Sybil, for bearing with me while I was getting to my thing here. So thank you, and good night, Sybil, and I'll see you on the live stream tomorrow. So definitely. So, all right, folks, I'm going to go back to my notes, and I just want to say a few more things, and let's say notes. There we go. Thank you, everybody, for watching Gals, Ghosts, and Ladies. We always want to thank Sybil for coming on. I love Sybil, and I just love where we're going with Gals here. So again, thank you all for watching, and thank you, Sybil. Thank you if you're watching on live stream, and if you watch at a later time. I'm trying to get both of those things in there. Let's see, what else did I want to say? Please make sure that you come visit us on Sunday, November 23rd in Rockland at Hartsup Hall. Sybil and I will be at a table at a parafair that's being hosted by Warner Paranormal. Sybil will be giving readings, and we'll be selling some really cool stuff, and we'll be giving away fruit water, and we'll be selling chocolate-covered pretzels that will be benefiting Dove, which is a local agency, Domestic Violence Ended. So we hope that we'll see you there, and we hope that we'll see you tomorrow night, because Courtney Buckley, Ghost Bait from Scared and Alone, is going to be joining us. Do some homework tonight. Go to YouTube and watch a couple of her shows. Definitely watch Villisca Axe Murder House, but watch some of her local Massachusetts stuff too. And then tune in tomorrow night when we talk to Courtney Buckley. On that note, everybody, thanks for tuning in to our very, very informal Halloween party. Stay safe tonight. Stay off the roads. Glad nobody's driving in this little group here. And have fun. And like I said, stay safe. I will see everybody right here tomorrow night. Thank you very much, and happy Halloween. Good night.